Hey, what's going on? This is Junior from the Our Life, Our Way channel. Me and my wife got a channel together. She gave you a video earlier, so it's late night. I'm up chilling or whatever, so I figure I'd give you my rendition and what I wanted to talk about briefly. But before I do, I want to introduce my wife. Again, she's over here. Make sure everything goes smoothly. Hi, Drew. She's bad, I know. Anyway, I wanted to cover two subjects this evening. I wanted to cover a subject about this word Trannychaser, being from the community, because I am in the House of Ebony, so I know about the inner workings of words and sayings and things of that nature. I also want to cover a very something strong about the past, dealing with the past and how it affects your relationship, or if it does affect your relationship. I'll just give you some references and stuff like that. Well, now first I want to get on this train chasing issue. I personally don't like the word because I guess the way it's used and in a derogatory sense toward dudes. I'm from New York, by the way. I'm in North Carolina right now, but I'm from New York, so I know about the village. I know about all that. I still be in the hood, but I frequent the village. I got my money down there, whatever the case may be, when I was doing that. But I'm familiar with the lifestyle very well. Um, it just seems that terminology, when they use it, it's like a derogatory, and usually in a negative sense, because what you're saying is basically you're a nasty guy because you go from tranny to tranny, or in that case, in a heterosexual community, they say you go from girl to girl, you're a hoe, whatever, you do your thing. But in this lifestyle, that word tranny chaser, I don't like it because I don't think that is what we as men in this life are actually doing. I think the label has been given to us because of some things or situations in other people's relationships that just spread. Like, for example, you meet a guy downtown on the beat, and you take him to your crib, and then he really has no place to stay. He has no place to live, or he's down, really down his luck. He has no gear, and you take care of him. So some transgender women do that, and it kind of that it's that type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? And when I was younger, I went through that, to be honest with you. But I grew out of that shit quick because I like to move. I like to do things. I like to create an opportunity if I can. But back to that other thing though. But yeah, and then next thing he robs you. He takes your cell phone or your computer, your iPad, and he runs out. Whatever. I've heard that I heard that story a million times. So then when he leaves you, he goes off to the next broad, and all of a sudden you're calling him all these tranny chasers, and he's a nasty nigga and all this and all that. But you laid up with him for 2-3 months, and you took care of this nigga. So obviously those traits you should have saw in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always said, like in my last video, that the one thing that me and wifey got right now is like our past was so based on communication, so there was no room for error. I mean, yeah, we're gonna learn new things as we go along, but we have a solid foundation. But anyway, I don't want to get off the subject. So now you want to run around calling niggas tranny chasers because they go from a tranny to tranny. But if you would stop, remember in life, if you're pointing one finger at somebody else, three are pointing back at you. So you're calling this nigga a train chaser, but you're in the club trying to find every dick you can find. So really, I don't understand how one is different from the other. I don't understand if this guy's a nasty train chaser and you have multiple partners in a week's time, then what does that make you? So what you call you a crotch chaser? Or I mean, there should be a name for you too as well. Don't try to just make it a one-sided issue like niggas that like transgender women are just like out to just do whatever they want to do, and that we're nasty, and that you just put that stigmatism of that we're people. You know what I'm saying? If we're not ready to be committed and we go from person to person, then that's what we're doing, because women have been doing it for the beginning of time. It's okay. I think the difference is once that person that is a bad person, and you try to turn him into like a house husband, like he's not going to go after another girl when you're in jail or when you're asleep. You think that he's not. That's your fault because you didn't do the math and get to know son. You picked him up on the beat. You found him in a club. So whatever you put out, you're going to get back. Don't look to find diamonds and shit. If you find shit, you're going to get shit. You can't make it a diamond. It's shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that whole thing, that placing blame shit is whack. Because a lot of your transgender females are equally disgusting, seriously speaking. But to get the shine off you so you can feel what they call in the ballroom scene, fab, you want to feel fab, so you just downgrade that dude. And I've seen this plenty of times. You downgrade this nigga, oh, he a Trannychaser, he this, he that. But you laid up with him for 6 months, or you laid up with him. He wasn't a Trannychaser then, or did he change when he left you, or whatever the case may be? But that's I just want to get that out there, and feel free to comment. Feel free to express yourself on that, because I've heard of different variations of the word and how it's used and how it's intent. So feel free to comment. Leave it below, hit like, let me know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And the second issue I want to bring up is an issue called the past, and how being regular, being human, is just who you are. And sometimes we went through struggles in our past, and we tend to hold on to them. I'm a prime example of that. This is my first time, and I'm being really honest with you. This is my first time in a relationship giving 100%. I usually come about 45, and if you get that, I don't know why you got 45, but that's good for me. You good. You're not going to get the Facebook passwords. You're not going to look at my phone. You're not going to do none of that at 45%. And this is the first time, mind you, I'm 45 years old, so let's not forget that either. I'm no kid. I'm no, my swag is crazy, but I'm no, child. I'm no child. So, and all my life, I've been running from that feeling, because that will give me, I can admit, a time to look at myself and someone that cares about you can tell you that you need to change these things, that I'm not going to be like, no, this is who I am. Because once that line is crossed, now once you open up 100%, there's nothing I cannot tell you. There's nothing I can't be able to share with you. You get everything. You get the keys and security codes. You get it all. If I got it, you got it. I don't care what information. If a girl hit me on my inbox, I'm telling. If whatever. Because, and in this relationship, now, I came, like she called it a while back, rabbit ears. My pockets were empty. I came fully open. I was honest from the gate of what I wanted to do and what direction I wanted to go in. She agreed, and we hit it off. So with that, it goes back to what she was saying in her video. If you never take time to learn a person, how can you be surprised at what he may become in 2 days? You understand what I'm saying? If you know the guy for a night at the club, or a week even, next thing you know, you're on Facebook talking, you love him, my boo face and all that dumb shit, then whatever, you didn't take the time out to learn him, or you wanted to create an image of what you think is comfortable for you. And that's not what you should do. But back to what I was saying about the past, I think that it's important that we don't let those hardships that happened to us back in the past happen. And I've been through hell and high water. I'm the epitome of a street dude. Like, I was born on a curb. I've had many misfortunes. I've been broke. I've been homeless. I've slept on trains. I've gotten the money. I've gotten the drug game. I've done it all. And what happens is, when you go through things like that, are so traumatic at a young age, even in relationships, your friends, or me, I was adopted. I was in foster care most of my life, actually. So I've been in families, different families, and I came up in that environment, which they call today an institutional environment, because it kind of sets you up to be institutionalized. So I bring all that baggage, and when I came here to be with her, I had to realize for the first time in my life that I have to let that go. I can't bring it here, because sometimes when we have the arguments, it's because of my insecurities about my past, because of what people did to me, how my past relationships went, how this person, I was abused as a child, like all those things. Like, you can't bring none of that to a relationship that's fruitful. And we have a fruitful relationship because we're just two grown people. We chill at the crib. We just do regular shit. We don't break our neck to get the balls. We people, like, people who come in this lifestyle think you're supposed to be somebody else. I'm me. But like I said before, a lot of problems that I had in this relationship is that I brought my past, and it affected, sometimes that we shared together, because I was always thinking, yo, who's calling your phone? Who's in your phone? Who texting you? Who this? Who that? Who that? When usually I don't go through that. I really don't care who texts you. Say what up to them, But I can't do that now. I have to be a man about the situation and let her know how I feel, and when I'm feeling a certain way, I'm able to tell her, and I'm able to, give her that honesty and give her that moment, and let her make her choice from there if she wants to continue. So far, it's been working out. And I'm gonna be honest with you, YouTube, I love her. Like, seriously, like I do. She has done a lot for me, and I cannot allow those past things or the way I used to be affect my future. Because if so, then I could just be single and just live in the past and not form something real or try to form something that can be of some substance. You know what I'm saying? Because that's always comfortable to tell you to, I hit you, you bounce, and that's comfortable. Being in a relationship that involves all of you is not comfortable. Please do not get it twisted. It's not comfortable. But you know what? The fact that it's not comfortable makes it right for you. Because you want to come out of that comfort zone. You won't want to be stuck in a rut and then bring it to every relationship you go through. You can't keep looking at her phone. You can't keep wondering, where she at, where she going, where she doing. And I've had those issues. I'm not going to even front. So I just want people to know that out there, man, that you can't allow that past baggage to hold you down. And what people say about you, even if you was out there in the streets doing you, or whatever the case may be, people gonna say what they're gonna say. They talk about Jesus, so you can say whatever you want about me. I really don't care, honestly, because I know who I am and what I stood for. And half of this stuff in this lifestyle, this even with the ballroom scene, is a lot of speculation. Everybody thinks that this is going on, and the next thing you know, it's a World Wide Web lie. So I don't like to get caught up in that, and neither does she. So what we do. But basically, what we do to work on that, me working on the past, man, is we talk, like I said before in my last video. We talk, man, and like we stay up, man, 7 in the morning, we be up, kicking it. I don't give a fuck if it's arguing. We up, though, we up, 7 in the morning, kicking it. And then we go to sleep, and the next morning, man, it's good morning, babe, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense to keep peeking around corners and all that shit because it's stressful. And then, she can read me. I'm open to her, so she can read when something wrong with me. So if I'm sitting on the bed with my head down, and she's like, "Yo, what's wrong?" and I say nothing, she knows it's a damn lie. This ain't like the old Junior, like I can lie and get away with it. No, hell no. She see that shit a day ahead ago. You know what I'm saying? So I can't allow those past things, and neither can you. If you're in a trans relationship or a regular relationship, you cannot allow your past to dictate your future. You can't. It only works if it's helpful. That's the only time you can take from the past, if it's going to usher you forward. But if it's going to hold you back, then you might as well just be single or just let it go and then live in the past, and you'll be totally lonely. You'll be frustrated, and you'll think you find love every chick you see. Why do I know that? Because that's what I went through. Because I was so involved in, whatever. I thought I was this, I thought I was that, and sometimes I fell, but I got hurt. But now that's not happening. So why should I bring that in the past to now? It makes no sense. So and plus, she doesn't deserve it. Your girl, your wifey, whatever you got out there, your man, whatever, they don't deserve that, Scrap. Because, my nigga, it's like, come on, man, you just can't. Because you're going to push them away. And if that's what you're used to doing without even knowing it, you push people away bringing that shit up. My ex-girlfriend did this or my ex-girlfriend did that. Those things are not really, shouldn't be pertinent, because this is not your ex-girlfriend. This is not your ex-man. This is not your ex-husband or whatever. This is not your ex. This is a new person that deserves the right to have new beginnings. And in my closing, I'm going to say, man, thanks for listening, man. I hope that I have brought something to the table. And, for those who are willing to subscribe, go ahead, man. Hit us up, man. We doing this for real. This is real TV. This is no bullshit. She's bad. Give me a kiss. Yeah, we're for real, though. Just hit us up, man. Let us know how you feel, man. And if whatever, what we want questions. That way it gives us a better format to come and answer you directly. So make sure you hit us up, man, and let us know how you feel about the vid. And leave your comments. And from us down here in North Carolina, man, our life, our way. We love you. Peace.